I welcome you to our today's music lesson. We shall be introducing music to beginners and cadets. The first thing that we learn in music is music theory, transcribing music on a staff. So we shall stratify our music studies into different levels. Today we shall be looking at introduction of the staff. So the staff. What is the staff? The staff is a combination of 5 lines that are superimposed on each other. The staff is a combination of 5 lines that are superimposed on each other, and they are as follows.
Line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, line number 5. In between the 5 lines, there are spaces. Space number 1, space number 2, space number 3, space number 4. We can simply say that the staff is a combination of 5 lines superimposed on each other and 5 spaces also superimposed on each other. I repeat, line number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, and 5. Spaces number 1, 2, 3, and 4. On this staff, this is where we write our music notes or music notations. The lines, we give them letter names, and these are the letter names. I drew for you the staff again with the letter names.
At this point, we shall name the lines on G clef.
The letter name for the first line is E. The second line is G. The third line is B. The fourth line is D. The fifth line is F. We also give the spaces letter names. The first space is F. Second space is A. Third space is C. The fourth space is E. We memorize these lines as follows. From below, we start with the first line from below. E for the word every. This is the memory, the mnemonic memory for the lines. The first E from below is every. Say the word every. The second line is good. The third line is boy. The fourth line is deserve, which is D. The fifth line being F, we write favor. And so we memorize it as every good boy deserves a favor. How do we memorize the lines of a staff? We start from below. Every good boy deserves a favor. Every good boy deserves favor. We memorize the spaces. Space number 1 from below.
Actually, we name spaces from below. Space number 1, which is F, we name all of them together as face. So you mention F-A-C-E, face, from below. Then let us name lines and spaces on base clef, the one that we call F clef. We name them from below. The bottom line is line G. So we memorize it as good boys deserves favor always. The first space is space A. And so all of them we memorize them as all cows eat grass. Mnemonic words for your reminder. Good boys deserves favor. Always. So you name them from below. And then from below the space, all cows eat grass. Now, on the staff, this is where we insert notes. For example, I draw for you the staff again. I will use one note called a semi-brief. I can write a musical note on a line, that is a semi-brief, or on a space. I can write on a line, I can write on a space, on a line, on a space, on a line, on a space as we go up and down too. But an occasion can happen where our notes supersede the lines and the spaces that we have. We write some small lines subtended above or below the staff. The small lines subtended above or below the lines are called ledger lines. So this is a ledger line, and this is also a ledger line. So what is a ledger line? A ledger line is a small line subtended above or below the staff. Now, I would want us to learn how to write notes on a staff. As I had told you earlier, we are going to use one note called a semi-brief. As you remember there, So remember the letter names for lines. Keep them in mind. You know the letter names for spaces. Let us start writing notes on this stuff in ascending order. In ascending order, as well as descending order in the second staff. We start with the ascending order. Ascending order, we start from below. We write a semi-brief on the line, a semi-brief on the space, a semi-brief on the line, a semi-brief on the space, on the line, on the space, on the line, on the space, on the line. And because we don't have another line above, we can write on this space, and if we wanted to add another note above, we write a ledger line and write a semi-brief. We said that a ledger line is a small line subtended above or below the staff or the stave. We write in descending order. We started from this space. This is space A. Descending, descending, on the line, on the space, on the line, on the space. Sorry. On the space, on the line, on the space, on the line, on the space below. And if we wanted to add another note below on a line, we write a small ledger line there and add a semi-brief there. What I would want you to know is that the letter names for lines and spaces recur as you go up and below the octave. Let us remind ourselves the letter names for lines. We start. Every good boy deserves a favor. Every good boy deserves a favor. If we were to continue, what is the letter name for this ledger line? If this is line F, meaning this is space G, and meaning this is line A at the top. We memorize the spaces. Face. What if we want to use this space? Which is the letter name for this space? It is letter G. Meaning our letter names range from A to G and recur. A to G and recur again. A to G. I know you have learned something new today. Let us meet in the next lesson.